Hello everybody, this is Carlos from Shots by Carlos. Today in this episode I will show you how to turn this picture into this. Hello everybody. First of all, this picture right here, I love it. I took this when I went walking around Central Park with my wife. I don't like the vertical lines. I don't like the actual skies blown out. I don't like none of that stuff. I'm going to show you how I do this kind of work, well, the way I do it. I'm going to take out the camera distortion first and the actual vignette that's around it. I go filter in Photoshop 12. Photoshop Elements 12 is correct camera distortion. I like a number 4 on this. You can make it as what you want. The vignette, I take it out. I put like plus 16, not more than that. The more you give it, the brighter it is. The less you give it, the darker it is. It says it right there. So just choose whatever you like to see or show. I'm gonna hit OK. And the image is back with the correct lens correction. What I'm going to work first is the vertical lines here. Before I start anything, I would like to get those buildings straight. I'm going to show you how, when you don't look at it improperly, how does it look. You see that building is turning to the left. We are going to work on this building. We're going to put it straight, just like the line. Okay, now what you want to do is you want to go back out, go to image, and what you're gonna do in the image, you're gonna do skew. Press skew, and the skew you could pull, you could push, you could do whatever you want with the pixels. What you want to do is you want to get that building straight in. Right now it doesn't look straight at all. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull this image to the right a little bit in the corner. It's going to be pulled. So let's get that right here done right now. And the bottom, since it went in a little bit, what happened here? Let's do that again. All right, the bottom moved a little bit, so we're going to go to the bottom and actually fix that. Hit this checkpoint to say okay. Now that looks okay. Now we're gonna do on the horizontal. I'm gonna take it down a little bit. Let me see how it looks over here on the building, because that building is gonna be my horizontal line. That looks good to me. I'm gonna leave it just like it is. That horizontal looks good for me. Okay, I'm gonna take the guides out. We don't need them anymore. I'm gonna go to crop, because the thing is over here and the edge is open. You want to take that out, so we are going to take it out. We're gonna lose some of the boat, but it really don't matter because it's almost at the edge. I'm gonna try to lose some over here so we can get it almost as much as possible. Okay, now the sky here is a little overblown with the brightness. I'm gonna turn it different way. I work different, guys. I work with a lot of layers, so bear with me. What I'm gonna do first, I'm gonna have this actually get a little bit sharper on the lines. You see the lines? This is what I do. I hit Control J twice after I put the image in mode 8-bit, because right now it's 16. Photoshop don't work in 16. It works. The Photoshop Elements 12 don't work in 16. It works in 8 only. And this is just for the colors and stuff like that that I'm gonna be doing. So, what you want to do is hit Control J twice, and the bottom one, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put, instead of being a Gaussian blur, because the thing is, if you put Gaussian blur or any blur, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a surface blur. The surface blur is good for this kind of images because what happens is, if you could see, you see the edges. That's without. This is with the blur. It leaves the edges intact. If you do Gaussian blur, it will blur the whole thing. It doesn't make no sense to do that. I'm gonna show you right here on the house. You see the edges, how nice and sharp they are? With the blur, surface blur, without it. That's what I do to this kind of image when I'm doing them. Okay? Now I'm gonna say okay. I'm gonna use 5 pixels on this. The threshold level at 15. I'm gonna hit okay because I like the way it looks. And yes, it's blurry. I know it. So what I'm gonna do on the top, I'm gonna go to filter and we're gonna do a high pass on it. Actually, I have high pass on this one is in filter. In this Photoshop Element 12 is in filter, high pass. You click, and what you're gonna see is this gray photo. Okay, that's the high pass. Now I like to keep my pixels on this radius as low as I can, because if you go further higher, look at what it does. It gives you all the halo. We don't want halos on your photo. We want to have that out. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go down as much as you can and have as less halo as you want. I like it the way it is, 1.5 pixels on the radius, and just hit OK. What? There you go. Now what you want to do is, on the blending mode, instead of being normal, because normal will give you this gray area, what you want to do is you want to go to soft light, not linear light. Go to soft light. It'll bring it back up again. Okay, this is what it does. Makes it a little sharper for the edges, and it looks much better. Actually, we could go to 200% and it looks better. See people inside there. Okay, what we're gonna do is I want to work on this actual sky. What I'm gonna do first, before I work on the sky, I want to merge visible. Make sure that the bottom one is closed. So you hit the little eye just to close it. And what you want to do is right click and merge visible. You stay with one. You don't want no more than that. What you want to do is, see, the way I work with this is much different than other people. People work different ways. I'm going to do it my way. I'm going to get the magic wand, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the sky. Not that one. I don't like that. I want to leave the white stuff out. I'm going to click on this right there. And just click the sky and leave it there like that. I'm gonna hit Control Alt D. It brings out the feather selection. I always work with a 2, depending on what image I'm working on, what I want to see. I usually leave it at 2, 1 or 5, depending. I press 2. I select the levels over here in the selection thing. Go to levels. Now the only thing we're going to be visible is the top. Anything that is white on the mask will be view shown, and whatever is black, it won't. So the bottom part is not going to be touched. So what we're going to do is I'm going to work with the shadows over here. I'm going to make it a little darker. You see how it changes the sky? That's what we want to do. Now let me see how it looks with, without, with it. Looks much better. Okay, I'm gonna keep it like it is right there. I also would like to work on the actual darkness over here in the water. It looks kind of cool. So what I want to do is I want to get that darker. So my tolerance is too high. It's at 57. I'm putting like 22. What you want to do is you want to click on the water where you want this to be nice and dark. So only the shadow areas. That's what I'm working at right now, guys. Don't want to pick this. And what you do not want, you could actually take it out by pressing Alt, get in your brush, the brush selection, take your Alt, press Alt, and just paint on it. And what it does is just erase the what you don't want. You press over it, and it'll erase it. So we can move over here so I can see what I'm doing here. We want to take as much of the water as we can. Okay. Okay, here we go. I'm going to change the, do another level. Need to pick that actual darkness that I just chose, and we're gonna put it a little bit darker. I really don't know how dark I would like it, so let me see if 88 looks good. Yeah, that looks great. I love how that looks. I'm gonna give it a little contrast over here, so I'm gonna go to brightness and contrast. I don't know, maybe give it like about 5-6 contrast. Let me see how that looks. It just gives it a little bit, which is kind of cool. Okay, it's like anything that you do in photography, anything that is slightly, it doesn't matter, it will show. Whatever you are doing, I'm telling you, anything that you do, even if it's a little bit, it will show in photography. That's why I kept it in 7. It's small, but it is there, and it makes the picture actually look better. A lot of people don't, I don't like to put filters in front of my lens. The only filter I put in my lens is my neutral density filter when I do actually long exposure during the day, or some evenings or in the morning, like 5 o'clock in the morning, when I get those beautiful colors of the sun going up. But in this case, I don't have a filter. So what we're gonna do is I want to put a filter on this. I want to get the bottom to be a little warmer than what it looks now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click on the bottom layer, and I'm gonna pick this whole area here and leave the bottom area unselected, because I want this area only. I don't want the whole picture to look like it's gonna be too warm. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick the wand. The tolerance is gonna be about 55, because the thing is, that's why it was a 55 last time, because I was working with this picture before and I wanted everything to be picked except the boats, and right now I just picked the boats. Let's get this in there too. If that doesn't work, then you go to your brush and put it as big as you can. Just select the whole thing on the top. Makes it a little faster. And what you don't want, of course, again, you press Alt, you press Alt, and okay, guys. So now this is where I selected only the top because the bottom is going to be with a mask and a filter. Like I said, I don't like using filters in front of my camera, and the only thing filter that I actually use is the neutral density filter, which they call it right now, ND filters. But this is what I wanted to do. I want to put the bottom part a little warmer. I do not want it to touch the top over here. So what I'm gonna go is I'm gonna go into my layer selections, and I'm gonna go to photo filter. I'm gonna get a warming filter 85. I'm gonna put it at 65%. That's what I want to see, 65, 66. I'm gonna hit Control I because I want the bottom to be like that, not the top. This is without it, and this is with it.